Hey everybody, it's Silver Seeker and welcome back to the channel. I'm sure the majority of you know this, especially if you watch my channel and other silver stacking channels, but silver has definitely been on the downtrend for quite a while. In fact, this morning we saw silver drop below $19 an ounce. It was sitting at around $18.80 last I looked at it, but it has since rebounded barely above 19, but above nonetheless. So in a market like this, in a bear market, if you will, when silver's going down, what are shops willing to pay for things like Silver Eagles? And we want to specifically focus on Silver Eagles because they have such a high premium. So what we're going to do in today's video is we're going to take a look at some online retailers and see what they are buying Silver Eagles for if you were to ship it to them. And then we're going to get on the phone and we're going to call some local coin shops and see what they're paying for Silver Eagles as well. Now, if you guys are wondering about generic silver rounds, we will cover that in a future video, but I wanted to cover Silver Eagle specifically today because I've seen a lot of comments from people very upset at how high the premiums on Silver Eagles still are. So let's get into it really quick, but before we do, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. It really helps me out and I greatly appreciate it. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so before we get started looking at the online retailers, I just want to say that I'm not necessarily suggesting that right now is the time to sell your Silver Eagles. That is totally for you to decide. I just want to know, and I'm sure you do as well, what the online retailers are actually paying. What does that take to sell them to online retailers? And then after that, like I said, we'll call a few shops and see what they're paying for Silver Eagles as well. So let's get started. We're going to start with taking a look at APMEX here, and I'll tell you, and we'll actually blow this up full screen. APMEX doesn't actually display what they're selling. They actually want you to request a quote. So we won't actually be able to look at APMEX, but since we talk about them in almost every single video, I just wanted to show you that with APMEX, you actually have to request a quote. They don't display their prices online. Taking a look at our next online retailer, you can see JM Bullion actually will display what they are paying online. So if we take a look, if we scroll down just a little bit here, you can actually see this is what they're selling it for, $34.22 per ounce right now, spots at $19.33. If we scroll down, you can see that their sell to us price is $26.33. Now, one thing I will note about a lot of these online retailers is they have minimums of how much they will buy. So obviously you can't just send them one Silver Eagle. You have to have a certain amount. And, they also have other things that you have to be concerned with. For example, if yours aren't pristine or if they don't think they're pristine, you may be on the hook for shipping it to them and them paying to ship it back to you because they won't pay you what they said they would because it wasn't as nice as they thought it should be. Or if you thought it was BU and they get it and, they don't think it's BU. You get what I'm saying. You could be on the hook for that. So something to be wary about when selling to the online retailers. Again, also with the minimums. Our next online retailer, we have SD Bullion. Now, SD Bullion has, if you look right here, we'll zoom in, it says the minimum quantities to sell to us for silver is 20 ounces. However, the prices that they are showing below is if you were selling at least 500 ounces of silver. So if we take a scroll down, you can see that Silver Eagles are selling, or they're buying for spot plus $7. They're buying random year Silver Eagles for spot plus $6.50. That being said, if it's less than 500 ounces, these numbers could be different. So I don't know what that number is. Unfortunately, you would probably have to call them. But as you can see, they will take orders as low as 20 ounces. But to get these numbers here, you need at least 500. All right, and then the final online retailer we'll take a look at is Money Metals. Now, Money Metals shows their sell to us price down here. And same thing, they probably have minimums and other things you have to worry about. And of course, you will have to make sure that they are BU and hope that they agree with you when you send them in because you'd have to pay for shipping. And likely they will charge you, like I said earlier, shipping to send it back to you if they aren't as good as you said they were, or if they don't believe they're as good as you think they are. So that is what the online retailers are selling for. And of course, $26.34, they have spot at, we have $19.36. So it looks like they're paying around plus $7, the same as SD Bullion is selling for, or buying for. And if we look here, $26.33, that is exactly plus $7. So all three of our online retailers are actually buying Silver Eagles for $7 over spot. Now they're selling them for higher than that, of course. You see right here, we're looking at around $15 over spot. With SD Bullion, we looked at it the other day. I don't have that screen up. And then if you look here, they're $14.39 for Money Metals. All right. So that is what we have for the online retailers, plus $7. APMEX may be in that same range. I don't know. They don't show those numbers online. And of course, there are other online retailers that I didn't cover that may offer you more. Just keep that in mind. There's so many, we can't cover them all in every single video. All right, so next up, let's get on the phone and call some local coin shops and see what they are selling, or I'm sorry, are buying Silver Eagles for. We'll call 2 or 3. We won't call too many, just to get an idea. We have 3 online retailers, so we'll call 3 shops and see what they have to say, and if they're paying more or less than what you can sell them for online. All right, let's get on the phone and see what they say. Can you tell me what you're selling, or I'm sorry, what you're buying Silver Eagles for? I have 2022s.
Let's see. 2022 Silver Eagles. Right now I am paying $26.80.
Okay, that's what is that over spot? Is that like $7.70 or so?
Well, spot's at $19.10, so
About $7.70. Okay.
roughly, yeah.
All right, perfect. Hey, thank you so much.
Yep.
That's better than the online ones I've seen.
Okay, perfect.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Thanks for your call.
Okay, so as you can see, shop number 1 was paying $7.70 over. They said they had spot at $19.10. Our ticker at the bottom is live, but as you guys know, there is a little minute difference between each ticker depending on which spot price number they are using. But ours is updating and was showing $19.05 at the time, so $7.75. They were showing $19.10, $7.70. Either way, that was definitely more than our online retailers, all 3 of them that had numbers. But we have 2 more shops to call, so let's get shop number 2 on the phone and see what they are paying for Silver Eagles. Yeah, hey, can you tell me what you're paying for 2022 Eagles? Silver, sorry.
2022 Eagles. Let me check my sheet here. Hold on. $21.90.
$21.90. All right, thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Thanks for calling.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, so that shop was paying around $2.90 over spot. That is way different than shop number 1 for sure. Holy smokes. So as you can see, there is a varying range of what shops will pay depending on where you go. And that's why it's so important to call around and do the best for you. Again, we are not, I'm not slamming these shops. We're not putting their names in there. We're using a voice changer that masks their voice. We aren't trying to call them out. We just want to show you how important it is to look around. And that right there is a perfect example. So if both of those shops were in your hometown, clearly you would go to shop 1 instead of shop 2. But we're going to call one more shop and see what they are paying for Silver Eagles. Let's get them on the phone. Yeah, could you tell me what you're paying for 2022 Silver Eagles, fresh by the tube?
How many do you have?
100.
I'd pay +5.
+5? Okay, so spot's like 19, so it's what, 24?
Yep.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
Whatever spot is +5.
Right. All right, sounds good. I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, and then shop number 3 is what you call an in-betweener. It was in between shop 1 and 2. So if all 3 of those shops, and by the way, all 3 of those shops were in different states, but if all 3 of those shops were in your hometown, clearly you would still go to shop number 1. And that's why it's so important to call around and check these prices to make sure you're getting the best for you. So that is what we had for you today, guys. Not a whole lot of analysis, just more looking into seeing what they're paying. Obviously, online retailers aren't paying too bad compared to 2 of the 3 shops that we called. Of course, the first one was paying a little bit more than the online retailers, and of course, more than the other 2 shops that we called. But 3 shops is just a small sampling size. You guys need to do your own research and make sure you're doing the best to know what you can get for your Silver Eagles. But at least with this video, it shows you that it's, yeah, they are charging a lot for Eagles, but at least you can get that back out of them, assuming that they stay BU. Not all of it, nowhere close. But at least, it's not, it'd be way worse if they were paying like $1. Well, I mean, that second shop was really close, but it'd be really worse if they were paying like $1 over spot and then turning around and selling them for 15. Of course, shops have to make a profit. No one's questioning that. The question really becomes, how much of a profit are you willing to allow them to make? And that is for you to decide. Again, we're not calling out these shops. We're not knocking them. We're not putting their names in the comments or in the description. We're masking their voice. This is just information for you to help you make an informed decision with your silver buying and silver selling. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Like I said earlier, if you enjoyed this video, if you like videos like this, do me a favor, don't forget to subscribe. It really helps me out and I greatly appreciate it. And we will see you in the next video.